Hey, welcome back to the Ping Pong Fleet Show. My name is Chris Wong. Aloha Friday, guys. It's been quite a hot day. Really hot. Here in Hawaii, it's just really humid right now. And yeah, I know. Ben Affleck is here. Charlie Hunnam. Who else is there? There's a whole bunch of guys are all here in Hawaii. I don't know where. I was in Waikiki today. Did not see them. Hopefully to run into them one day. Maybe. They're all here filming Triple Frontier. They're probably up in the North Shore. I don't know. So somewhere more remote, as to say. So interesting for that. But that's not what we're here to talk about. Today, a big trailer dropped today. It's probably the most epic movie that's going to come out this year. And no, it's not Solo. Okay. It's Infinity War. Avengers Infinity War trailer 2 dropped today. Now, I'm not going to really do a breakdown. I'm just going to really talk about it. Casually talk about it. And, oh, excuse me. So, the trailer 2 dropped. And it was good, okay? It was good, but it was not as good as the superior trailer to trailer 1. Okay, the first trailer, or even the leaked trailer that went out with the Thanos throwing the moon, that was way better than this one. And and I couldn't wrap my mind around it. You know, I watched it again, and then when I went to work and I talked to my buddy, and we were talking about it, and he said, "Did you see the trailer?" And I was like, "Yeah." And he's a huge Marvel fanboy, by the way. So I always like to get information about the Marvel characters from him because I don't know them myself, and he knows a lot more. He's been in the comic world. He's got friends in comics. He goes to the cons. He's got all stuff like that. So he's really knowledgeable in that department. So and he really loves the Marvel films, except for a few. I mean, he fell asleep in Black Panther, he said, and he didn't like Homecoming, but he loves Thor Ragnarok. He loves the other movies, but he said that it didn't feel that good. This trailer, the trailer from before is way better, and then we came to the conclusion it's because they added those 2 jokes, right? They added the Guardians Galaxy, Star-Lord talking to Iron Man, that one joke, and it just killed the tension in that moment, and then it went back to the dark tension, the seriousness of the situation, and then you get the cool Captain America holding the gauntlet in his hand. You know, he's pushing Thanos is pushing him down, and he's very powerful. And then it got the music score. It's soaring, and then it goes straight to another joke with Doctor Strange. And then and I didn't mind the Spider-Man going through the thing, but my friend didn't like it. He didn't like that, but he just felt like it's just more Homecoming. But anyway, it's like. So that took it out. That took away the tension. That took away the seriousness of the situation. And I gotta admit that, yeah, the first trailer was way better in terms of tone and the seriousness, where each person had like a little monologue of things they said before, Thanos speaking, and it's just dour, and you just feel like they're all in danger, right? And so before this trailer, and maybe some parts of this trailer, before I actually talked to my friend, I was like thinking, I had this kind of prediction and a premonition of what may actually happen. And by the way, spoilers, if this actually does happen, not that I have any inside information, I'm just getting out of my own head and we're just talking about it, is that I think, okay, this is what I want to happen in any case, is that they all pretty much, most of them kind of die, right? They come down, Guardians comes down, with Iron Man gets killed, Guardians all gets killed, and something happens with Thor and all that, and then they all have to take all the Infinity Stones to Wakanda, because Wakanda is the last city remaining, and they have the shield and everything, and T'Challa, and then they bring the Captain America rescues whoever he can and brings them all to that Wakanda city, especially Hulk, who at that time didn't Hulk out. So Bruce Banner is actually in the Hulkbuster suit, not Tony Stark, and so that's the last stand. They're all fighting and everything. Then at the end, before Captain America gets killed, another group comes in to try saves the day or something, or they get killed, and then Doctor Strange uses the time stone, and then goes back in time, and that's why they go back in time in those scenes that they were shot on set of going back in time, and that's probably like Avengers 4. Okay, that's what I think, because ultimately, yeah, that'd be really really ballsy for them to do that, kill everybody off, but they can always use the time stone, so it's more Disney in nature, and then they don't kill off all the main characters anyway, and then bring them back somehow in Avengers 4. So it's gonna be like a huge cliffhanger, and then it gets to Avengers 4 where they bring them all back or something to fight Thanos again. So that's what I kind of try to guesstimate, right? And then when I talked to my buddy, and he came down, and when he talked about certain aspects of, well, I think they're off somewhere else. I think Guardians and Iron Man's off somewhere else, and I'm like, and then we talked a bit more, and I'm like, you're right. I think that's what he says is how it's gonna go. So what he says is that when Guardians comes down and they talk to Iron Man, it seems that moment where Iron Man gets hit and they all lose towards Thanos, and Thanos will take a gem, right? They lose in that moment in time. And they regroup back at Doctor Strange. Doctor Strange takes him out of the equation, regroups back at Doctor Strange's place, and then that's where Gamora talks about Thanos and explains everything to Robert Downey Jr., Tony Stark, and everybody else. And then they go on a separate mission. He calls in to Captain America. Tony Stark calls in and says, you got to help me out. We got to stick together. There's a guy named Thanos. Gather everybody you got. Get those stones. Take care of the stones. They get to Vision too late. Vision's already being taking his stone, but the Captain America takes all the rest of the people, and they go to contact T'Challa. They all go to Wakanda, so kind of like how my theory was going, and that's the last stand. That's like the last city of hope because of all the shield and everything. And then where does Guardians of the Galaxy and Thor and everybody? Thor gets a new weapon. We'll get his new weapon. I forgot what my friend said. Something near. It's not a hammer. It's not the hammer, but he gets that, and then the rest of them, they go find somebody else. And now my friend really wants the Fox guys to show up, the mutants and everything, but I think it's too soon. But I said, you know what? You know who's we haven't really seen? Captain Marvel, right? Captain Marvel is there. Jude Law's possibly either Marvel or Adam Warlock, and he said that Silver Surfer was cast. I don't know about that, but those characters could show up with the Guardians of the Galaxy at the end with Wakanda. At the end of Wakanda, after when Captain America is holding it down, someone shoots him back, Vegeta style, and Thanos turns around, and there's a huge motherload of all these other Avengers. Everybody comes to help at that point in time, and that's the turning point of the battle, and takes care of Thanos. So that's what we kind of brought together, and I think from what he said and how we talked about it, it feels that's more the route that Marvel Disney will go in that term of sense. They want to make it look like Captain America's going to die, but he's not going to die. They want to make it look like Iron Man's going to die. He's not going to die. So it's not going to be the high stakes that they're making it out to be. And I got the feeling they threw in those two jokes because maybe the first trailer was a little bit too dark for the kiddies. So I don't know. For me, I wanted the first route where it's all dire, people actually die, and then maybe use the time thing to go back in time and save everybody in that type of sense, but actually have some real tragedies in here. But I think the only person who's not going to make it right at that point would be like Vision, because they need the stone. I mean, he still could make it, but maybe other sub characters could die. I don't know who, but at this point, I think everybody pretty much survives. There's no one's gonna die in an Infinity War, and that just kind of lessens the seriousness of the man, the lessons, the danger of Thanos. Not that I want to kill anybody off, but I'm just saying that it's 10 years in the making, like they said, from Iron Man 1, and they've got this giant monstrosity of Thanos, and he's supposed to be this ultimate villain, and he's not going to kill a single person. Like, he's going to be, I hope, I'm thinking it will be much more incredibly cool, okay, to have him off every single, not every single one, but most of the characters, and then use Doctor Strange in order to bring him back, Disney-fied style. So, I don't know. I think that would be a lot better, but a lot of people might complain about that, because then they'll be like, oh, well, the first movie was bogus because that never happened. Kind of like the Twilight movie, Breaking Dawn Part 2, is that what they call it? But I think it would be kind of cool to do it that way, have a little bit of tragedy there. But I don't know. I don't know what's going to happen. This trailer was good. It wasn't that great as the first one. The effects seem to be a little bit more worked on now. The Spider-Man doesn't look less like a video game now more than before. There's some moments, all the moments without the jokes were good, and the feeling I got when they're in Wakanda felt like the Two Towers. I was kind of saying it's like Lord of the Rings, the Two Towers. This is the last city where the orcs and the Sauron's going to come, and then Gandalf shows up at the end with the cavalry. If I have the feeling of that, then this movie would have been would be successful for me. So if what I see in the trailer, and I think I'm going to have that feeling of hopelessness and saying this is it, this is the last stand, that last stand feeling, then I think this is going to be a winner. But if it doesn't, and it really just it doesn't go there, then I don't know. I don't know if I'm going to be disappointed or not. But and like my friend says, well, we got to calm down, because our own anticipations and predictions will, and if it doesn't live up to that, then we're going to be like, oh, this sucks or something. And he's like, I'm going to fall asleep again. But I don't know. I don't know what's going to happen. I know it's going to be huge. It's almost 3 hours. I can see. I know. And when that trailer came out, my other friend texted us as who's going to buy the tickets. So I don't know. It's coming out April something. Is it going to have other characters that my friends really want to show up, even though that Fox deal, I don't know if it's even done yet. And is the reason why it's moving up forward from Deadpool because of they're going to do some stuff with cable? I don't know. But that's all I have to say about Infinity War trailer 2. It's not as good. I think it's a final trailer. It's not as good as the first one. If anything, the first one is far, far superior, especially in terms of how the movie, the music is done, how it builds up. It's a crescendo with the monologues and stuff, and you get the really serious dourness of the tone. Like, if this could have been great. I mean, this could have been great. They took out those two jokes. It ends on Captain America losing, and then with Avengers theme, and then boom, that's it. No need any post-credit scenes for a freaking trailer. That would have been good. So anyway, are you guys excited for Infinity War? Probably the biggest movie coming out this year, until we see Aquaman, of course. See how cool that would look. And then what do you guys think about our little theories? Do you think there's any merit to them, or you got your own theory? Let me know what's your own theory. What do you think is going to happen in this movie? And let me know down in the comments below. All right, guys. Well, have a wonderful weekend. Stay in the air condition, or if you're really in the cold right now, be jealous that it's so hot over here. All right, guys. Thank you so much for subscribing. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you next time. Bye.